Ghetto Socks. You are watching Potato Salad Radio from CKDU 88.1 FM on Yo Die.
Where are you with your next project as an MC?
Next thing as an MC is the next KREAM project with Fest, with DJ Uncle Fester. So that's done. It's recorded right now. It's just in the stages where we're getting our guests and kind of filling in the spots, kind of just finalizing everything and sequencing it and making it into an actual project. So that's done. It's like 24, 25 joints that we did.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's just short. It's quick. It moves quickly. Everything is like 1 or 2 verses, cuts, and then just back and forth. So that's done. That's hopefully going to come out, I would say March or April we're going to aim for. So that's like the next thing. Just kind of finalizing that. Got a bunch of dope people on there. My man Rel, Swamp Thing, those guys are on there. Socks, Ghetto Socks, and Nilla, who I think were on the show a couple weeks ago. They're on there. So it's good.
Have you done a whole project as the solo beat maker for an MC, other than yourself, maybe?
You know what's funny is I've tried, man. There's been a couple of people I've reached out to, and like things have started to kind of happen, but nothing's ever, formulated. Nothing's ever come out.
You think most people still think of you as an MC and kind of like might not go to you as like, hey man, I'd love to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To do a project on your beats.
And I think the other thing, too, is once people kind of, in their mind, once they've decided that's what you are, like they know you as an MC, they can grow to accept you as a beat maker, but if you're known as a rapper or whatever, then it's like, they just, I don't know.
Pigeonholed?
Maybe, a little bit. But at the same time, like the amount of people that know who I am versus the amount of people in the world that have no idea who I am. There's a lot of people that just don't know, which is why it's not too early to like just start doing beats heavy and
You must be a fan of the show Rhythm Roulette.
Yeah, it's like the best thing on the internet. It was whack for a little while.
It was the Sprite part.
Yeah,
that's when it got whack.
It
got corporate.
And what was the worst thing is that they had some of the best guests. Like they had Just Blaze, and he can't show his records. He's not in his studio. It's like
whack.
Manny Fresh, who like. Super dope. Yeah. Been around forever. Georgia Ann Muldrow, super dope.
Oh, I know. I thought hers was really like kind of awesome to watch her work.
I thought it was
I just didn't like that whole Sprite corner business with the people drinking Sprite.
It was so
like,
fake, man.
It just was too forced. It's like give them a Sprite bottle to put on their like workstation while they're sipping like I don't know. Yeah. But that Ninth Wonder one recently. Whew, he went to a level that I've rarely seen on that show where it was like each record, he's like, I'm going to make a beat from this record. Yeah. I'm going to give you 3 beats, not like I'm going to pick and choose from 3 records. I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's one of my favorite beat makers.
He's not human. It's funny because the last one that came out before the 9th one was Crisis. And then if you watch the whole thing, like at the very end of the video, 9th just shows up. And then I felt bad kind of for Crisis because all the comments are like, get 9th on there. Like, for every comment, I was like, that was great. Everyone else was like, yeah, all right, but what about 9th? No, man, he killed it. Like, my favorite is still probably the Black Milk one.
Yeah, it's a great one.
But 9th was just like...
Black Milk's great when he makes this, like, great beat, and he's like, it's kind of garbage.
It's okay.
But it'll do.
But all the best ones are like that, man. Like the Marco Polo ones like that. He's like, yeah, well, whatever, I did my best.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about the Marco Polo one is the 3 records he has are singles. They're not like he has 3 albums.
Right.
He gets 3 songs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and kills it.
That actually reminds me of what I wanted to bring up with you. So when you're working on a beat, and we talked about like kind of starting fresh every day and trying to do something new and trying to like, just repeat yourself. And do you feel you have to give yourself space to work on something, let's say on a Monday, and not try to understand it right away, but like let it live a little while, like let weird things live a little longer than maybe you would think they would, so that you can come around to like understanding something new. Like I feel with our ears, sometimes it's hard to hear something that's new because we don't know how to be there yet. Yeah. Do you have to like make something and kind of not listen to it for a little bit to sort of let it gel or be its own thing, or would not be too critical? It's not working. It's out of here. Like not give it a chance to kind of get some legs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll do beats, but then I just put them all in a folder, and then even if I'm writing every day, I'm never writing to the beat that I did that day. Right. Like I'll just make whatever, and then come back to it 2 weeks later. Because by the time I make something, man, I'm not really trying to like sit there and write an entire song to the beat that I just did, because it's going to be whack. It's going to be forced. So you just forget about it and then come back to it.
When you're making a beat and then you're going to write on it, do you already have some lyrical content and some lyrical like theme that's starting to bubble up as you're making it, or is that sort of separate, and then once it's all done you're like, okay, now I'm starting to get inspired by this to write about a certain thing, or to kind of go a certain way with the lyrics?
Yeah, it's usually not. I'm not really thinking too much about lyrics when I'm making a beat. I'm kind of just going for a feeling,
right,
and what it sounds like and feels like, and I might imagine like who would sound good on this kind of thing, or
right,
what who I'm trying to emulate or whatever.
Right.
I'm not really thinking too much about songwriting. I won't think about that until I come back to it and sit down and actually write to it.
Right.
Yeah. And then whatever it feels like that day, just
hit 'em.
Yeah.
Hit 'em.